Hello, everybody, and welcome to another update from quantumplанthealing.com. My name is Davyd Farrell. I'm one of the co-founders of QPH, or Quantum Plant Healing, along with my partner, Bella Alvaran. Now, we're coming into the final part of the year of 2023. It's been quite a roller coaster, I would say, this last year, certainly on the energetic front and at the collective level, and I would dare to say at the personal level too. Certainly from my own perspective and hearing from many of our tribe and colleagues and friends, it's been a bit of an up and down kind of experience. However, what I can say, following on from the last video that me and Bella put out about the matrix being broken, is that process is still underway. There's still some deep level cleansing of the final let's just say sucky energies on the planet, the hijacking of resources and various other things, both at the individual level and the collective, even national level, we can say in some parts of the world, is coming to an end. And maybe some of you have been feeling the energy of reset since the early part of November. Particularly November the 4th was a powerful day of resetting, and perhaps feeling a bit like myself right now in a more grounded, settled, calm space. But the question then becomes, what's happening next? Well, what comes next? So we've been guided here at QPH to tune into the energies of the end of the year, and it feels very, very celebratory. We've been doing a lot of immersions, working with plants, mostly focused on healing over the last 18 months, all of which is laid out in the quantum plant healing pathway, or plant pathway, really, that works with plants like dandelion, the artemisias, elder, yarrow, the yew, nettle, fireweed, oak, and many others. However, this time of year feels like it's calling for a different kind of a process, and we've been guided to do one of our special journeys. It's called a return to the light, a journey to Solstice, Yule, and Beyond. So this is going to start on the 12th of December on the very powerful new moon that is taking place on that day. And in fact, this whole 13-day journey is going to coincide with the Mayan Wave Spell of the Red Skywalker. Really is all about the number 13, connecting to the goddess, and also really working with our energies of exploration, connecting to our multidimensional selves.
Recording in progress.
So as always on these journeys and immersions, we're going to be layering in different types of energy. We're going to be working with the 13-day container of the Mayan Wave Spell, which is a beautiful time frame in which to go on some kind of magic or healing journey. We're going to be working with the powerful new moon intention possibilities on the 12th, with a view to working our way over those 13 days towards, first of all, the Capricorn Solstice, or Yule, as it's sometimes known, or Afan Alban, as it's known in Welsh, which connects it very much to the energy of the sword of light, or the sword of Excalibur, and that's really, really important. One of the plants that we're going to be working with is the totemic plant mullein, very, very powerful plant, very connected to the third eye, but particularly the crown and the soul star chakras, very much connected to our divinity and our central column of light, the Shushumna. As a visual, the plant is a biennial, and in its second year, it sends up this very straight, erect rod, we can call it, with beautiful yellow flowers, and it goes by the name of Jupiter's staff, or Aaron's rod, but really, I think, symbolizes the flaming sword of light of Archangel Michael, or Michael. And that is one of the energies that we want to be carrying, holding aloft as we do the final descent into the void, into the darkness, the depths of the space before the Capricorn solstice. Now, of course, in the northern hemisphere, it's much more profound because this is winter solstice and we're heading into the depths of the darkness. In the southern hemisphere, the process is going to be reversed. And as always at these times of year, there's a kind of a handing over of those energies, which is also somewhat symbolic of the handing over of the energy between the holly tree, the king of winter, and the oak tree, the king of summer. And that process happens at the solstices. And at this Capricorn solstice, the energy of the holly tree, who's been holding space for us all since the solstice in the summertime here in the northern hemisphere, and of course winter solstice in the southern hemisphere, holding that space for us as we descend into the darkness. And as we come to this point on the Capricorn solstice, The Holly King hands over the throne, you can say, to the Oak King, who then guides us all the way back to the pinnacle of the light, or the reverse. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, it's always tricky balancing those two things out, but really is holding us into that space of the solstice in the summertime. So those are some of the energies we're going to be working with. We're going to be calling in the energy of number 13 of the goddess, because that is also the number of the glyph of the Red Skywalker. And that energy is really about our connection from our heart to our higher selves at the 5D level. And when we're in that place of non-duality, unconditional love, creativity, then we can really start to access the blueprint that our higher self holds for us. And this solstice time really has been talking about with some of my astrologist friends and cosmologist friends, and you'll be able to see more information about those in upcoming shows with those colleagues, both on our QPW and QPH YouTube channels. But really what's coming through is we've got this powerful 3 days. It's like a 3 days of darkness going into the void, into the womb space, and that happens from solstice or Yule until 3 days later, the return of the light, the return of the sun, which is a very solar experience. And so we've got that kind of spark of fire coming into the void space, into the womb during those 3 days, when hopefully through the process of this immersion, you've got very, very clear in your intentions about what it is that you want to call in from your higher self, your destiny, really your blueprint destiny, into this reality to move forwards into 2024, leaving behind all of the energies, the things that no longer serve us, the burdens of the old paradigm. That world is starting to ease its way out. And as many people have talked about, there is some sort of bifurcation point, and everything is always a choice. Do we choose to continue to be in the fractal, spiral, organic, natural way of things, or are we shifting into some other kind of parallel space that some people could say is a transhuman or even metaverse? Definitely seeing and experiencing a lot of metaverse energy, particularly when people are so plugged into their devices. The moment that we engage into the phone or even the laptop, even Zoom or cyberspace, in some ways, we're taking ourselves out of this present reality and putting ourselves into an alternative reality. Maybe it's one that's beneficial for us, or maybe if we sat looking at the computer screens all the time, it's not so beneficial. For sure, being out in nature is a good way to ground into what is happening. And for sure, as we know, over the last 3 years and over the last few months, there have been some big things happening to the collective, all of which is necessary on some level, I would say, but also requires us to be in a non-dual eagle's perch, ascended scorpionic position, i.e. of non-duality, to be able to step back from the emotional triggers that our 4D emotional astral body selves could still get triggered by, or even divided, this side, that side, right, wrong, this person, that person, this country, that country. All of that is something that keeps us very much in our emotional bodies, and we want to kind of step above that and see things from a much loftier perspective. And this journey is going to assist us with that, so that we can spend the first 10 days of the journey of the return to the light, working through any incoherencies, or even we can say a little bit of toxicity or pollution that may be in our field. We're also going to be working with a number of plants that are very seasonal. We're going to be calling in mullein, of course. We're also going to be calling in the oak and the holly. We're also going to be calling in the mighty yew tree, the tree of eternity, Yggdrasil, who holds all of the wisdom of everything that is here on planet Earth. And of course, at the base of Yggdrasil sit the three norns, the three witches, the witches of fate, past, present, and future. And they sit and they weave the webs of Great Mother Spider into the web of weird at the well of Erd. And, you know, we can call on that energy so that we can be the progenitors or the weavers of our own part of the web. And the more coherently we do that, the more that we are able to receive those coherent blueprints from upstairs or from our divine selves and allow them to unfold. We will, of course, be working or given the opportunity to work with many other plants. I myself, very clearly, in the full moon, did a sacred ceremony and felt a lot of presence of wormwood, and realized that there's still some level of collective toxicity relating to parasitic energies. So if you feel the compulsion, I would definitely reach out and think about working with some of the Artemisias, or even do a parasite cleanse working with wormwood and black walnut hull tincture, and cloves to cleanse the fields, or you might want to work with dandelion, detox the liver a little bit. You might want to work with horsetail, detox out some of the unfortunate heavy metal toxicity, particularly graphene oxide, that may just be polluting the inner waters of the body. And with Saturn in Pisces squaring the moon and the sun at this solstice time, I feel again we're being very much urged to look at the cleanliness of the inner waters and what kind of structure are we holding for ourselves? Are we continually putting pollutants back into our body, or are we now starting to clear our water bodies, of which we are largely water beings, into a more clear, refined space, more crystalline maybe in nature? And of course, horsetail contains a lot of silica. This is a plant that's going to help us transition into a more light body state of being. But in order to do that, horsetail actually requires us to have cleared out a lot of the lower level junk and gunk and toxicity. So the first 10 days of the journey are going to be very much just getting our intentions set. We're going to have a lot of inspiring creativity, lots of Yule time stories to decode, the true essence of Christmas, the return of the light, but also working to that space of getting clear enough to plant a seed into the void, to infuse it with that powerful sort of light when the light comes back, connected through our central channel, for what should be pretty quick manifestation, because we have the full moon on the 26th. And we have that beautiful balance in there of solar and lunar energy, again, masculine, feminine, yin and yang, internal and external. So we're really being offered this amazing opportunity to balance the energies within ourselves, and as such, be able to plant our seeds from a clear space. So we're going to be bringing in lots of other themes, astrological themes, cosmic history codes via the Stellar Nations pathway. We're also going to be bringing in a little bit of geomancy and esoteric wisdom with our teacher, Dr. Patrick Mamanaway, who we've just been doing the Geomancy course with, beautiful, and also going to be inviting a number of special guests, which will be confirmed and released in the coming days. So keep checking back on the QPH website, and you will see the updates. So we're currently running a special early bird offer that actually runs out at midnight today on the 28th of November. But I'm going to put a special code in there for all of our YouTube subscribers, which will give you a 15% discount off the price no matter what time you buy it. So please do check the show notes for that coupon or voucher code that you can put in at any point to receive that 15% discount. To all of you wonderful people out there who have subscribed to our YouTube channels. So that's it, really. Myself and Bella are looking forward to this immersion. It feels like it's going to be a celebration, very much about the creativity and the festivities. And really and truly, it's also a container to experience this time of year differently if you're not so plugged into the mainstream version of Christmas and all that it brings, because this is a powerful time of year with lots of great energies to work with. And if we can remove the clutter and the overlays, we will find underneath that there are some very strong elemental energies that can assist us at this time. So looking forward, as always, to being in a journey space, in a container space with many of you out there. Lots of you have joined us at various points over the last 18 months to share these spaces. There's always lots of beautiful sharings that go on, lots of community connection, and lots of spin-off kind of threads that happen. And as we move into 2024, we really want to start bringing down from the 5D space into the 3D those new earth visions and dreams that we've been holding perhaps our entire lives, because now is the time that we can really start to be dynamic about how to manifest these plans. So that's it from me. Look forward to seeing some of you, or all of you, again very soon, either in another video or course, or hopefully joining us on the return of the light, a journey to Solstice, Yule and Beyond. So that's it for me. Take it easy. See you all again soon.